20 days ago, I started a challenge with one goal: make $20,000 so I could buy a down payment for an M3. And today I'm breaking down exactly how much I've made and what I've tried so far. So stick around to the end because I'll show you how you can do the same, win or lose. On August 5th, I promised myself what you just heard. I want to get the TikTok mobile and drive it around really fast because that would be cool. But seriously, I think it's a very attractive car and I want to prove to myself that I'm not just a lazy, good for nothing, pencil neck geek and that I can actually do something if I put my mind to it. So I went and asked ChatGPT, what is the best way to make money in 2025? And it told me, reselling. Well, not really, but that's what I believed would be easiest for me since I actually have experience doing it. Not like I'm Ben Kicks or anything, but I have sold a few $100,000 worth of sneakers, which is not bad if I do say so myself. And I was starting to dig into research and getting really excited about this challenge until I realized something. It's kind of hard. I had three main problems. One, I live in an apartment, which makes it kind of impossible to take in a lot of packages at once, something you really need to do for reselling. Two, I'm kind of broke and I don't have much money, which is something that you need to resell items. And three, ever since I got to school, I got into a pattern of laziness and lost all of my reselling skills. So I'm basically just an average-sized human with an appetite for big dreams without a dying hunger. So here I sat, brokenhearted, tried to poop and only farted. I was disgruntled. Nothing was going my way already, and I just wanted to climb into my comfy bed, turn on Suits, and dream about the life I could have, but didn't have the ambition to chase. That was until I got a text from my roommates, complaining and bitching about who got what room, and weirdly enough, that's what made me snap. So I sat my ass up and started to grind. I would not be someone who had to argue my way out of situations. I would just let my money do the talking. And so I got back to work. I knew that my problems were valid, so I had to figure out ways to solve each of them. One, to fix my apartment selling situation, I researched the internet for reshippers. People that can handle inventory that you ship to them and sell it so that you can take a profit without ever having to touch the items. Something that might benefit you guys is these reshippers are usually in tax-free states, meaning that you can save an extra 5% margin on anything you resell. Oh, and by the way, I didn't just find any reshipper. I found the motherlode of all mothers reshipper, a real business called Knet. From this point, they would receive items for me, sell items for me, and faster and better than any sales platform I'd ever used. Now, this might be looked at as extremely irresponsible by any of you watching, any financial advisor, and definitely my mom and dad. But to solve our money problem, I got a credit card. This meant that me, a 20-year-old money-enthralled gambling enjoyer, had access to $25,000 per month. This would solve all of my money problems as long as I could pay back the debt before my next billing cycle. And last but not least, three, a problem I like to call WUS, standing for Washed Unk Syndrome. While researching, I tried to find items to resell on my own. But wouldn't you have it, I fell back into the same cycle of getting really excited in the mornings and getting less and less excited as I found nothing to resell throughout the day. And then finally just ending my day with a 6-hour gooning and doom scrolling session. So I knew something had to change. I decided to use something I had access to, a cook group, a magical fairyland filled with tidings and deities of money that would bring me good luck and prosperous fortune. Nah, not really. It was just a Discord that sent me messages. But that's not exactly what it was either. At an honest level, it was an informative, time-sensitive provider that would alert me of profitable items, whether that be collectibles, 10s from Walmart, or sneakers. And sneakers is what I ended up focusing on because it's the only type of item that Knet accepted. And also, you guys know who I am by now. Someone who likes to make things as easy as possible. So it was set. I was about 2 days into the challenge at this point, down $100, and no pairs bought with no real progression towards my goal. All I really felt I could do was wait for the Discord to send me a message of a profitable item. So that's what I did. Wait 10 minutes, wait an hour, and wait 3 hours, ending the day with absolutely nothing. The staff said that sometimes there are slow days, which was really starting to piss me off, but I decided to take their words and wait. It was on day 3 that I finally saw my first glimmer of hope, success, whatever you want to call it. The Discord I'm in sent me some links, and after comparing them to StockX and Goat, they actually seemed pretty profitable. So I got to buying and ended up with 13 items bought in a single day. Which for me, getting back into things was a huge boost for my self-esteem and ego. And I was so energized that I ended up accidentally breaking my roommate's door. Because, as Kanye said, la 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 la, wait till I get my money right. But seriously, this was huge for me. Seeing a few profitable items drop, that surge in hunger filled my body up with a want for more. And seeing that this Discord had value to offer got me locked in. Curtains drawn, door closed, and pee bottles at the ready. And I wasn't leaving my computer until I made $20,000. And this kept up for a while. I was consistently buying a few pairs each day and felt on top of the world. I got to day 7 with 31 items ordered, which I was ecstatic about. And even better, assuming profit would stay high on these items, I would be not too far away from making the money I needed to get this car. But that was the problem, assuming. A few more days and my items touched down at KNET's warehouse. I wasn't even thinking or paying it too much mind, but in my glee of buying, I forgot something: selling. And so I listed my items on KNET completely blind and waited for them to sell. And with the reoccurring theme of this video, guess what I did? I waited some more until I sold one item. My first sale of the challenge. And can you guess how much I made? -$3.94.
Hey yo, what the fuck?
For a quick timeline check, it was now day 10, and through all of this time and effort, I had just lost money. This was a reality check that I needed. I thought everything would be easy peasy and I would have this car in no time. Which, to be honest, kind of put me in a bad headspace for the next 2 days, spending my time sulking and feeling sorry for myself. Until God, the universe, whatever you want to call it, gave me a sign. I don't know what it was, but I felt sick to my stomach sitting around and damn near giving up on myself. So I reevaluated my situation and got to work. There were now 2 problems I needed to solve. How could I sell my items faster, and how could I buy items that would profit consistently? So to solve the first one, I hopped on a call with an account manager at KNET, and he told me my pricing strategy was entirely wrong. I had been matching prices on marketplaces, which was preventing me from selling faster. He taught me that I should be undercutting the price to be the lowest ask on a listing. I'm not even really sure what that meant, but thank you, Ethan, because that sped up my sales process, which you guys will see later. Now, to solve our buying problem, that was more tricky. I talked to staff in the Discord again, and they said I need to focus on a few things when buying shoes specifically. Making sure that the sales on a shoe are consistently high, making sure it sells a few times a week, and making sure that there aren't too many people on the listing, because that means more competition. At this point, it was day 12. I had sold a few more items under Ethan's advice, but they were still negative profit because of my bad buying decisions before. But I already had some pairs coming in from better retailers that were starting to sell fast. Over the next few days, I continued to buy aggressively and use the same selling strategy that Ethan had given me, and things were starting to look up a little bit. I sold 8 items for profit and took my total profit from $11.78 to $37.11. And that brings us to day 20. Nothing astounding, which I think was good for me. Over the month, I realized that it's hard to jump into anything without learning about it first and also having an ego. I started this thinking I was king shit because I had resold before, not considering that markets may have changed or that prices were valued completely differently. If I had learned from the Discord before jumping in, profits may be much higher. I will say this, the pairs coming in seem a lot better, and it's looking like my profit will be in the hundreds in the next few days. But if we're counting total genuine profit, including buy costs of pairs on the way, we are negative $1,475, $2,687 spent, and $1,212 sold. Now, this is only the first segment of this challenge. My goal obviously is to buy this car, and that means doing it through any means possible. My next video will be on reselling as well, because there's no other suggestions yet, but if you want to see me try any side hustle or preneur, drop it in the comments or DM me on Instagram at Mr. Doodleben. Maybe meme coins, maybe not, but whatever it is, I'm going to give a raw, unfiltered reaction and summary of how well it went and if it was profitable or not. With that being said, if you enjoyed this video, drop a like, and if you want to see the rest of this journey, subscribe. If you want to use the Discord I use for this challenge or KNET, they will be the first 2 links in my bio. Thank you for watching, and do something you love.